Oh no.
I slept on the couch. This year I bought a house. I bought me some land. I lost me some friends. I gave me some bands. I'ma buy me a lamb. They saying that I changed what they expect me to do. They changed on me too, yeah, nigga, fuck you. I get into these bands, nigga, so should you. She hopping up and down like a damn kangaroo. All these girls want me, better show me something new. She taking off her clothes and my Peter Wacker glue. She stuck to my head like we got some damn glue. I ain't trusting nobody ever in my life. It took me like 10 years to blow up overnight. Before you saw me shine, yeah, nigga had to grind. I said, baby girl, let me eat up on your pie. I put it right out, and I nutted on the high. I think I might be the realest nigga of all time. Yeah, you hating on me, well, nigga, it's a line. If it ain't making money, then it ain't worth my time. They saying that I changed what they expect me to do. They changed on me too, yeah, nigga, fuck you. I get into these bands, nigga, so should you. She hopping up and down like a damn kangaroo. All these girls want me, better show me something new. She taking off her clothes and my Peter Wacker glue. She stuck to my head like we got some damn glue.
With a great idea, you just want to get things down on paper. Grammarly is the second set of eyes that helps me get work done. I slept on the couch. This year I bought a house. I bought me some land. I lost me some friends. I gave me some bands. I'ma buy me a lamb. Are you afraid of the grind? thought. These niggas ain't high as I thought. I go to your crib, they live in the wall. This girl, she live in my drawers. When I don't make no bands, when I don't make no bands, baby girl, I'm having withdrawals. She said I'm too fly, let's go to Dubai. I'm a brand new guy, put it in, said oh my. They counted me out, I get them amounts. I slept on the couch, this year I bought a house. I bought me some land, I lost me some friends. I gave me some bands, I'ma buy me a lamb. Are you afraid of the grind? I said, baby girl, why don't you stay with me tonight? I wanna be there, talk my shit, just like I'm a fly. Hop my dick, shit free, little bitch, and rub my dick all night. Hop in the car, she text my phone, make 5 minutes before I slide. I put my head down, she text me just like some key lime pie.
We've got
These niggas not on nada. 13 with some Prada. I'm hot like a sauna. I say what the hell up? How you doing? They know how I move it. My life is a movie. You don't like me, sue me. I got too much movement. Make the rest on music. I don't care about who it. I don't care who you is. I am money fluid. Make money like Jewish. You don't care like sushi. I'm high like wasabi and I'm ballin' like a hobby. I am me a lobby, might buy condo like Monopoly. I get too much money every day, like who gon' stop me? I got too much swag, I do this every day like probably. Why they wanna bitch to me like they are on Somali? Only care about me and not put me first, I'm so sorry. She is gonna lick on me, she lick on me like Lolly. As I get this nut off, I swear I'm gon' feel so jolly. I don't care about nothing else, I need me some punani. If you don't like my music, you might as well be a Nazi. I've been getting money a long time like my name Colleen. Every beat I get on like a fine bitch, I'm gon' body. These niggas not on nada. 13 with some Prada. I'm hot like a sauna. I say what the hell up? How you doing? They know how I move it. My life is a movie. You don't like me, sue me. I got too much movement. Make the rest on music. I don't care about who it. I don't care who you is. I am money fluid. Make money like Jewish. You don't care like sushi. Are you afraid of the grind? I said, baby girl, why don't you stay with me tonight? I wanna be there, talk my shit, just like I'm a fly. Hop my dick, shit free, little bitch, and rub my dick all night. Hop in the car, she text my phone, make 5 minutes before I slide. I put my head down, she text me just like some key lime pie. I give her the dick, she not enough like finna know. I get this green, she hop my dick like she a fraud. These niggas be so fake, so now I ball hoes. I made 100, been wasting off photos. Just on sing these songs. These niggas ain't hot as I thought. These niggas ain't hot as I thought. I go to your crib, they live in the wall. This girl, she live in my drawers. When I don't make no bands, when I don't make no bands, baby girl, I'm having withdrawals. She said I'm too fly, let's go to Dubai. I'm a brand new guy, put it in, said oh my. They counted me out. I get them amounts. I slept on the couch. This year I bought a house. I bought me some land. I lost me some friends. I gave me some bands. I'ma buy me a lamb. Are you afraid of the grind? I said, baby girl, why don't you stay with me tonight? I wanna be there, talk my shit, just like I'm a fly. Hop my dick, shit free, little bitch, and rub my dick all night. Hop in the car, she text my phone, make 5 minutes before I slide. I put my head down, she text me just like some key lime pie.
Look for an ATM from our bank, or we'll have
don't gotta hide nothing. I know I fucked up, sometimes but not for nothing. You know you fucked up, this time it ain't no running. Past forward, the rest and it's still coming. Came from nothing, you know I came from nothing. But they still do me wrong, yeah. We in Poland and they all singing my songs, yeah. Need a couple more rats just to go and move on, yeah. I came from some more lean, and I went under, get police. Say you was the one for me, what we'll see. Say you was the one for me, what we'll see, yeah. Lambo key too big, it can't fit in my jeans, yeah. Saying what you know what we gon' see about it. Keep on blowing my phone up, I think about it. Yeah, this a wildin', she got plenty bodies, way too much bodies. And she tryna stop me, what I do they copy. These pages tryna mob me, I pull up with the mob beat. Yeah, I'm with the mob deep, we got stick on hockey. Tryna catch a body, tryna catch a body. I know you front and you don't gotta hide nothing. I know I fucked up, sometimes I'm not for nothing. You know you fucked up, this time it ain't no running. Past forward, the rest and it's still coming. Came from nothing, you know I came from nothing. But they still do me wrong, yeah. We in Poland and they all singing my songs, yeah. Need a couple more rats just to go and move on, yeah. I came from some more lean, and I went under, get police. Say you was the one for me, what we'll see. Say you was the one for me, what we'll see.
That's not what I wanted. Knicks, Pacers. Oh shit! Maybe it's not done yet. But I mean, maybe it's not. If it's not done this game, maybe it'll be like a gentleman's. I don't know, man. I think. Fuck, that's gonna be crazy. I don't think they can come back from this. I don't think they can come back from down 3-1. Hopefully, I don't have to eat my words in a couple days. But I just don't see a possible like outcome where the Knicks like pull it off and they prevent like a world shaking event. You know, I think there's just the timeline we live in now. I think everyone just needs to start hunkering down and preparing for 9/11 too, because it's actually going to be terrible when these fucking guys lose, because they're going to get their asses fucking handed to them, because Tyrese Halliburton, according to legend, met the devil in Gary, Indiana, and got a curse, right? So basically what Knicks fans have been saying is that Tyrese Halliburton essentially spoke to the devil in Gary, Indiana. I think it stems from like a Freddie Gibbs song. Devil is in Gary. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I think that's the best way it's gonna go. Yeah, I think it's like a reference to like what everyone calls Gary, like Scary Gary, because it's a fucking. It looks like the goddamn fucking war zone. Like part of fucking Gary looks like, you know, looks like fucking Baghdad, dude. And both of them are probably both of those reasons why both of those places look fucked up is probably for a lot of the same common reasons, that being fucking imperialism and capitalism, which is the reason why both Gary looks fucked up, the reason why Iraq looks fucked up. It stems from the fucking profit motive. But that, we'll get there eventually. Right now we're talking about the Knicks, okay, and how shitty they are. So the Taliban. No, not the Halliburton. I should have had this pulled up already, but this is like something I low-key wanted to like pull up on the side. TikTok. Is this the one I want?
One of the main reasons I will not talk about the WNBA in this account is because I am a firm believer of negativity and hatred is key to any sport growing. Ask any of my friends, if I cannot get a joke off,
Yeah, I think this one. So okay, I think. So
the U.S. government has committed acts that are extremely unjust, hideous, and criminal.
yeah, so that's essentially the Taliban.
I wonder how that nigga, I forgot what team it was, he started arguing with Tyrese Halliburton saying, you guys were doubling me, and Tyrese Halliburton was like, well, I get doubled all the time. He was like, but I was undrafted. Tyrese Halliburton was like, okay. He was like, oh, you having a down year though, Halliburton. Yeah, how is that nigga feeling like right now? Halliburton dropping.
I don't know what the fuck this is. There we go. I think this is it. This is fucking Shawarma King 420. I wonder, is that Laith? I think that's Laith. Is that Makaluba? This shit is fucking hilarious, dude. Like, I'm sure, like, he has no idea what the fuck is going on. Like, why are people... Oh my god, that was hilarious. But to get into some... not as serious, but some serious stuff. I saw this Asmongold clip, and let me just preface, dude. I cannot stand Asmongold for the fucking life of me, dude. I think this dude is retarded. I think he... You know, I'm dripping that bad sauce type shit. I'm glad you're in here, Mr. Shawarma King 420. But yeah, I think that Asmongold is the most disgusting, most reprehensible human being on the fucking internet right now. Okay, on the internet might be a stretch. But, like, as far as big content creators go, like, this dude is, like, reprehensible. Not even just for his political takes, because that is one side of the, like, disdain that I have for Asmongold. This dude, hold on, let me try and pull up a picture of it. But, like, this dude, dead serious, has a wall. So here's the fucking Asmongold blood wall. Wait, no, this is not it. Wait, what happened? Oh no, did the audio, what the fuck happened to the audio? Oh shit. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Okay, I think it should be working now, inshallah. I don't know why I can't. Oh wait, it's because it's muted up top here. Hold on. Okay.
Oh, I've had many dead rats in the house, but there.
I'm having a hard time, like, putting my head around.
Chat, show the blood wall.
Blood wall,
actually. I've seen the blood wall. Asmongold used to smear blood from his gums onto the wall next to his bed because his mouth wouldn't stop bleeding since he wouldn't brush his teeth.
Yo. That, it's not fake. It's not fake. It's like, this is a real thing that this guy does. Hold on, let's see.
Oh, I've had many dead rats in the house, but there was a dead rat in the house, and I said this, right? You guys know what's coming here, right? I used the dead rat as a fucking alarm clock.
clock, dude. He uses the dead rat as an alarm clock. Listen, maybe it's just evident that I'm online too much, that I already knew this, but the fact that he opened up about this on his live stream to 20,000 people in the fucking stream is insane. Insane. I'm sorry.
Because basically, I live in Texas. It gets really hot in Texas.
Oh, it gets really hot in Texas. It gets really hot in Texas, so when the sun hits a certain part of the day and it hits his attic where the dead animal is inside of his attic, it stinks so much to the point where he wakes up. Real human being, by the way. Real human being, by the way. And this is the tactic of the right wing. This is the tactic of the right wing, because if they're shameless about what they are and about how grotesque and about how much they actually don't care, then they can just say, "Oh, I made you mad. You're getting emotional. I made you mad." They have no shame in the shit that they're doing. They have no actual stance on what they're doing. Hold on. So let me pull back up that Asmin clip. Let me pull back the Asmin clip. That I wanted to show.
What's happening is that Hassan got named. Yesterday, 2 Israeli diplomats were killed. This is the guy that...
Which, by the way, the Israeli diplomats getting killed. Listen, man. At the end of the day, they're architects of a genocide. Their hands are just as red as everyone else that is stringing along the process of people dying of famine, starvation, and constant blockade and bombing. But was this the most strategic way to go about this? No. I think this was anarchistic adventurism. I don't think this was a ploy to set some shit up that they want to do. Why? Because Israel's going to do the shit that they want to do anyways. You know, it's not like they need to have a fucking ploy at this point to do some shit that they want to do, because they're going to do it regardless. And so, no shit, when you're killing a bunch of people, there's going to be people who have visceral reactions to that. This guy isn't even Palestinian. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a whole weird, the whole thing's weird all around
shooting,
though.
I believe that's him. There he is again. And there he is.
Whatever, dude. Okay, I don't really
about
care about
the
this.
New York Times
This is
doing
what I want to talk about.
glossy profile a few weeks ago of this gamer Hassan Piker, who regularly employs...
Dude, look how chudded he fucking is, dude. Oh my god, he's such a fucking chud, dude.
Extremists
And then this
should
fucking bald asshole over here from the ADL.
not be empowered. People who spout prejudice should not be platformed. This is a moment when we need to look our...
People who spread prejudice should not be platformed. Pull up the Ben Gvir clips, y'all. Pull up the Bezalel Smotrich clips up, y'all. Come on, dude. Come the fuck on.
And say, we've got to stop this because the consequences are deadly. But
oh, look at his nails, dude. Oh god, he's so fucking nasty. He's so fucking gross. Oh god. Okay, let's see what this fucking goblin has to spill.
It gets better. This was from April 2025. Twitch needs to stop making decisions based off of their radical, politically motivated moderation team, because eventually there's going to be a lack of moderation for something that's really bad.
Defending a genocide. I think anyone who is currently in this moment still defending a genocide should be fucking banned from every single platform imaginable. You know, if I had it my way, then defending a genocide has to be the most disgusting, reprehensible thing you can do. You know, objectively, I don't think and if you disagree with that, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you, bro. You're either a Zionist or a neo-Nazi, no in between. Sorry. So when I see someone like Asmongold, who's done nothing but for the past 19 months defend an active fucking genocide going on, saying, you know, that the Palestinian culture is inferior and all this shit like that, while still one of his fucking closest homies is a fucking Arab. Like, I'm sorry. He likes younger right wing less. Dude, he is like, dude, yeah, he deadass is. I wonder if. I feel like Lester would definitely, like Lester from GTA would definitely be an Asmongold watcher, and if not, he would even be a fucking moderator on his fucking stream.
Like some sort of like really bad, like somebody gets killed, like kind of like the Luigi thing, but like maybe a little bit worse than that. It's like political. And if you have people on Twitch that are supporting this, theoretically, every single advertiser is going to leave the platform, and it is going to be an
Dude. Why the fuck would I'm just in shock that advertisers see a fucking face as ugly as Asmongold's and takes as stupid as his and still provide him with ads. I'm still shocked with this. Like, is this a face you really want to put a fucking advertisement on? I wouldn't think so.
Situation.
I wouldn't think so.
I said this shit was going to happen. I told them this was going to happen. Like, if I was Amazon and I found out this was happening, I would fire everybody at leadership at Twitch. By Twitch allowing...
Thank God, dude. Thank God that we have Asmongold to save us.
This rhetoric on the platform, they open themselves up to the accusations that, and again, this is people that are openly promoting terrorist organizations. I believe...
Dude, I don't think Hassan Piker has given credit to the IDF once, dude. If we're going to talk about terrorist organizations, even Ethan fucking Klein, whose wife was in the fucking IDF, admitted it's a terrorist organization. Right? So if Asmongold's fucking 5 skull head ass can't figure it out now, then I don't know what the fuck the problem is.
What Houthis are doing is a good thing. 10 toes fucking down.
Right, let's give them a peace prize. Let's give them a peace prize.
I think they deserve it.
I actually think this could be it. I think that a lot of people are massively downplaying how big of a deal it is. You have a named...
This guy is such a fucking idiot, dude. Like, you're telling me that, like, this wasn't brought up when a fucking Israeli shot at another Israeli thinking it was a Palestinian. Asmongold's name wasn't brought up saying, oh, he supports the IDF, a terrorist organization. He must be fucking responsible. You know, Ethan Klein supports the IDF, a terrorist organization. He's fucking responsible, dude. The reason why it didn't happen that way is because the target was perceived to be Palestinian, right? And additionally, the target wasn't even Palestinian. The target was an Israeli. A Jewish man in Florida was driving down the street, driving in South Beach, Miami, you know, Tel Aviv's sister city, by the way, if you didn't know. Tel Aviv's sister city is South Beach, Miami. I don't know what the fuck historical, like, precedent that is. Like, what the fuck does South Beach, Miami have with Tel Aviv other than, you know, cocaine, prostitution, palm trees, and Jewish people, you know? Other than that, they have no other commonality. So, yeah.
Person that is being connected to an active terror attack who has a history of supporting terrorist organizations.
Of this gamer, Hassan Piker.
This is really, really fucking bad.
Yeah, it's bad because Asmongold thinks that he's a real gamer and he knows that Hassan Piker doesn't even play video games anymore.
Extremely fucking bad. What's happening?
Is it worse than your fucking teeth, you fucking scoundrel? Yeah, Asmongold sucks, dude. Asmongold just, like, he actually probably does stink. He looks like he stinks. Half his fucking jaw is coming out like he looks like a goddamn zombie. I'm sorry. I have not a single good thing to say about this man in general. Let's see what we're looking at right now. What time? We've been going for 36 minutes, y'all. 36 minutes of the first Young Atomic stream. 36 minutes. But yeah, that was Asmongold. That was the Asmongold clip. I wanna listen. If I ever get to the point where I have a conversation with Asmongold, I really doubt I would even bring up his points, because his points are inherently stupid. You know, I think a lot of the points that he makes are just like, you know, no one in the real world would hear a thing that Asmongold says and is like, yeah, I fucking agree with that. Like, these are, like, I think his takes are relegated to people who strictly browse Reddit. Other than his Israel takes, I feel like his Israel take is probably like the common liberal Zionist take. Maybe even a little bit to the right of that too. But that's still fucking reprehensible and garbage. So, like, I think I would just call him fucking ugly, dude. Like, I think I would have no other choice but to call him ugly, because I've never seen anyone call him ugly to his face, dude. I've never seen it happen in any of the debates. I've never seen him say, half of your fucking jaw is falling off, dude. And you want to have a fucking conversation with me about, you know, what a fucking high tier value man is, and about what, you know, about how inferior, how Palestinian culture is like inferior, and half your fucking jaw's falling out your mouth, and you use a dead raccoon in your fucking attic as an alarm clock. Come the fuck on, dude. Come the fuck on. I'm sorry. So before we get into some like more serious stuff than Asmongold, I want to take a look at something that's a little bit like shocking and like a little funny that the Trump admin did this past week. What's it called? But before we get there, I gotta play this song. Let me see the lyrics.
They done let the GDs in the dough. Ay, Trump should've freed Larry. Fuck is wrong with dude? Oh,
they freed Larry Hoover.
Fuck is wrong with you? He say cause you GDN, I can't do no song with you. And if the BDs find out, they gon'
Okay, they free Trump didn't free Larry Hoover, but he commuted his sentence. So if you don't know who Larry Hoover is, Larry Hoover was basically arrested a long ass time ago in the 90s, before I was even a fucking thought, and I was just a little cell swimming around my dad's nutsack. Larry Hoover was arrested, and so Larry Hoover is a part of the Gangster Disciple gang organization in Chicago, also known as GD. And they're okay. I don't know. They just, like, whenever I see like a Star of David in the city of Chicago, I don't know if it's Zionists that put it there or fucking GDs. So that's just a little like telltale sign of a GD is like the fucking Star of David, right? So they kind of adopted that symbol. But apparently, it through Mar-a-Lago was like the source in which this basically happened. So the quest to free Chicago drug kingpin Larry Hoover included a stop at Mar-a-Lago. A New York lawyer advocating for Hoover said he spoke with President Donald Trump several months ago at the resort where he lives in Palm Beach, Florida. It was among a series of high-profile meetings between Hoover's lawyers and Trump and his top aides since 2018. On Wednesday, their years-long advocacy paid off with Trump commuting Hoover's federal sentence of life in prison on a drug conspiracy conviction. So yeah, he was basically in life in prison for trapping drugs, which, I mean, is neither here nor there, bro. Like, the reason, like, that he was even in jail and probably was committing crimes in general is, like, systemic, dude. He got, you know, indicted pretty young. And even Kanye, like, when Kanye was still, like, relatively, like when Kanye started going down his, like, hill, like, look at his face here, bro. Like, when he started going down his hill, but he was before the nitrous. He met with Trump to talk about Larry Hoover, and then him and Drake had their big concert for Larry Hoover. It's like a benefit concert to free him. And so yeah, Trump has ordered the Bureau of Prisons to release Hoover immediately, but it's unclear where he'll go, to another federal prison under an agreement with the state of Illinois, or to a facility run by the Illinois Department of Corrections. Now, Hoover's legal team intends to lobby Governor J.B. Pritzker to seek clemency for Hoover, who was also sentenced to 200 years in prison on a state murder conviction. Pritzker, at least from the initial reaction from his office, doesn't seem inclined to do that. The governor's office said that Hoover has a sentence he needs to continue serving, and would have to petition the Illinois Prisoner Review Board if he wants to seek parole or clemency. Over the years, since the early 1970s, the board has regularly denied Hoover's requests for parole. So yeah, he's probably not getting out. I'm just gonna be for real. Like, I think this is kind of just Trump throwing him a bone, saying, hey, fuck what y'all doing, I fuck with Kanye, cool shit. But Trump did actually free and pardon another important person. You may be thinking, Adam, like, who's this important person that Trump just freed? He freed NBA Youngboy, y'all. Youngboy is home, dude. We're gonna, so Youngboy's home. Trump freed Youngboy. Listen, low-key, I hope this is not, like, I don't know, bro. I just think this is, like, the craziest shit. Like, I don't know. Like, is this what he thinks people wants, bro? Like, people don't have fucking food. Like, people are fucking starving, and, you free Youngboy, cool, bro. But, like, thanks for the, more mixtapes. But, like, yeah, here it is with USA Today. President Donald Trump has pardoned NBA Youngboy, the Louisiana-born... What the fuck just happened? The Louisiana-born rapper's real name is Kentrell Gaulden, was serving a 23-month sentence for federal gun charges. Trump announced his pardon along with others, including former Chicago gang leader Larry Hoover, who we just spoke about, on May 28th. A White House official confirmed to USA Today. In November, Gaulden pleaded guilty to his involvement in a Utah pharmacy drug ring, including felony identity fraud and felony forgery charges that were induced to misdemeanors. In that case, he avoided jail time and paid a $25,000 fine. But the following month, in a related federal gun case, the Make No Sense rapper was sentenced to 23 months in federal prison, 5 years of probation, and a $200,000 fine. Police arrested Gaulden in Utah amid house arrest in April 2024. Inmate records review by USA Today. The Times showed the rapper was arrested in Cache County on 6 charges, including unlawful activity, procuring or attempting to procure drugs, identity fraud, forgery, possession of controlled substances, and possession of a dangerous weapon by a restricted person. He was later charged with the aforementioned federal crime and taken into federal custody. So I thought that Youngboy converted to Mormonism, dude. Am I tripping? Did that happen? Yeah, facts. Youngboy first. Hey, Youngboy first, Palestine next. Inshallah. Listen, I believe Trump will do it, dude. One phone call. Listen, Bibby. The people have been saying 2 things, man. Free Palestine and free Youngboy. And we already got Youngboy out, but I don't think they're going to stop until Palestine is free, so we got to get on that. You know what I'm saying? And then Bibby's going to be like, oh, yeah, Donald, yeah, Israel will abolish it now just so we do not have to get into a shootout with the GOAT NBA Youngboy. So, yes, dude. Youngboy is free. Palestine next. Youngboy pardoned by Trump. His legal troubles, they're explained here, but guess what? They're gone now. Gone now. Let's see. So, yeah, I think he fucking converted to Mormonism at some point. Hold on. Young boy Mormonism. Yeah, here it is. 2023. He's joining LDS. So, yeah, if you know anything about NBA Youngboy has had a slew of religious identities, okay? There was a point in time where I remember he identified as a black Hebrew Israelite, and then he converted to Islam, which could be characterized by, or reverted to Islam, which could be characterized by his song Akbar. You know, where he's talking about how his friends are telling him to pray to Allah, right? But I guess at some point along the mix when he was in Utah, the Mormons paid him a visit, and I guess he was sold. Because I guess at this, I don't know if he's still in LDS or what, but Youngboy Never Broke Again, also known as Control Deshaun Golden, has topped the charts with his hit songs. Youngboy told Billboard that when Latter-day Saint missionaries curious came to his door, he turned them away, but after he did, he said he realized he needed help. When they came back, Youngboy let them in and told them what he wanted to change in his life. It was just cool to see someone with a different mindset that had nothing to do with business or money, just these wonderful souls, he said. What a kind guy. In the new music video for his song Hi Haters, a verse from the Book of Mormon opens it up. Now as my mind caught hold upon this thought, I cried within my heart, O Jesus, thou Son of God, have mercy on me. Who am I in the gall of bitterness and am encircled about by the everlasting chains of death? Damn. Youngboy, the Mormon prophet, dude. What a fucking timeline. What a fucking timeline that we live in. So we're gonna take a look at this little video that I seen. We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but it really had some. It was really talking about like why Trump may have done this. But I'm gonna let this guy promote his book. Actually, no, this guy doesn't need my promotion, dude. I have better shit to worry about.
What you can do to help.
Actually, no, that's probably a real ass book. There's probably a real ass book that people should probably read. I haven't read it though, but.
Now, when I saw that Trump had commuted the sentence of Larry Hoover, I thought that was a good thing. I celebrate it.
I agree. It is an objectively good thing.
I don't know a whole lot about Larry Hoover. I did some research about him a couple of years ago. That was the first time I ever heard of him. And, you know, the man has been in prison now, about 60 years, and many of those years, several decades of those years have been in solitary confinement. And listen, you all, I am a criminal defense lawyer. I represent people who've been accused of very bad crimes. I've been doing that going on 2 decades.
How much is Paradise with the
hello,
Prophets
Dr.
of
Omar
Lamar
Suleiman.
to you?
Assalamu
One of
alaikum.
the things that makes these
I'm not trying to watch this right now. I'm trying to watch this video.
And if any of my
Yo, what up, chat?
who were imprisoned received a pardon, obviously I'd be celebrating. So I celebrate also with his attorneys and with his family and with him. All right, so that is a good thing. And all the other folks who also got pardons. There's a young rapper, I don't know anything about him.
NBA Youngboy. Youngboy, free. Palestine next.
And then there were people who had committed white collar crimes who he pardoned also. I celebrate with every one of those people to come out of that place. Again, in Mr. Hoover's situation.
My bad for skipping it, y'all, bro. Like, what promotion can I give Omar Suleiman, bro? He has, like, the whole world in his pocket, dude.
In solitary confinement.
But he does have a lot of haters, though. He has a lot of unjust haters. What do you guys think about Omar Suleiman, actually? What the fuck? Sounding like fucking Harlem outside my house and shit. Which Ahmed is AA Killer, bro? I just know it's one of the Ahmeds, bro. I just don't know which one it is.
For about 3 decades. And then also, when you think about the criminal justice system and black men, we know black men don't get a fair shake in the criminal justice system.
100%. 100%. And even less so when Larry Hoover was, went to prison. Now, Omar Suleiman is goated, type shit. But he has a lot of, like, haters for no reason. But like what I was saying about in the 70s, like it was probably even more fucked up back then, like when he got acquitted. Because I'm sure there's plenty of like Italian mobsters that were like objectively white. You know, don't tell an Italian person I said they're white, but they're white. That got acquitted for a lot of the same shit at the same time, but have not nearly been in prison as fucking long. You know? So it's really fucked up.
So I don't know the details, I don't know the specifics of what he was convicted on and so forth, but I know the system and how it treats us. And I know systemic racism and why I celebrate again.
I'm giving this guy a sub
with
and
Mr.
a like.
Hoover and with his family, with his attorneys. And it's also reported that he has done some work to try to redirect the youth away from gangs. That is awesome.
He has actually. I think. Let me pull this up for y'all. But he's actually done some pretty good work from behind bars. I know I can't find it. Fuck, I can't find it. But I saw something a little while ago that said that he was like doing some pretty like cool shit for the youth.
I heard one brother actually say that some of the things that Mr. Hoover has said about not joining gangs helped turn his life around. So, it is awesome. I celebrate it, and again, for all the reasons that I just gave you.
I think this is the best take. I think this is probably the best take that someone could have about this. But I want him to go. He's gonna talk about it a little right here.
This is designed to do. It's designed to distract people away from his policies.
He's talking about Donald Trump. He's talking about this is a distraction of policies, which we've seen the Trump administration do very much up until this point. They are very I think it's priori posteriori in the way they function. Posteriori. So a priori and a posteriori are basically modes in which different governments function. So basically I believe that it's the a posteriori in the way fascism a priori. I think it's this. Is fascism a priori or a posteriori? Dude, if this shit wants to fucking load. Holy shit. Yeah, okay. It's a priori. A priori. Yeah, a priori. And so essentially that fascist governments have worked in the past, so like what Mussolini did is first he stormed Rome and then he set the shit in place first, right? For like what they do is a priori and a posteriori. Yeah, that shit has to do with how fascism like functions, right? And like, and how a and not even just fascism, but how a political organization or a political movement is functioning in their way of thinking. Like, do they want to set together the theory first and then base itself off of that theory? So you can see that through like Marxism, Maoism, stuff like that. There's the reason why Mao is like so staunchly anti-revisionist, is because he believes that for something to be successful, the groundwork in the philosophy and the theory behind that thing has to exist before it can be acted upon. But fascists kind of just have this like idea in their head of what they want to do. They just do it, don't give a fuck about like what the actual outcome is going to be, and then they just kind of fucking act on it, and then they kind of figure out the messy parts later, and they try and piece it together in a way that makes sense to them, but even if it may not completely make sense in general, right?
It is designed to cause people, black men in particular, to continue to vote for him at a certain rate. Now, we know most African American men are not going to vote for Trump, and he realizes that. So all he wants is enough to either vote for him or not vote for his opponent. Now,
and I think it's so fucking dumb that Donald Trump thinks that freeing Youngboy or freeing Larry Hoover, or when he did that shit for A$AP Rocky, like, he thinks this is what, like, the black community wants. Like, he thinks this is what they want. Right? Because he's doing a lot of shit that is hurting them. Like, this new tax cut that he did, which, it's the biggest working class tax cut. Do you know what shit is gonna get cut from that lack of taxes, man? And do you know who else gets their taxes cut too? Even more than you. Your fucking boss, dude. Your boss. Right? So, the things that are going to affect the working class the most, the things that are going to hurt the working class the most, Trump is doing. Trump is doing those things. But he's doing this little political theater to, like, make people forget about that. And to... Because, like, you don't really... When we're fed, like, things through media, right? And we're fed, like a lot of people I've noticed online, like, started to understand the, like, certain political things through, like, content as far as, like, drama and stuff like that, for example. Like, this guy thinks that people are still relegated to simply political theater, but it's getting to a point where that shit's not going to work anymore, bro. It gets to a point when people aren't going to be able to fucking feed their families because guess what? Hey, all these social safety nets that we had before, they're gone now. So,
this should be the last time that he runs. But of course, they have toyed with the ideal of him running again. And so if not him, they would try and get African American men to just continue to vote for MAGA. Despite the fact that MAGA is extremely anti-black.
Yeah, I think American conservatism is based on anti-black because what are you trying, like, it's just in the name, right? They're making America great again. Making America great again to what point? Like, at what point in time does MAGA view as great? Like, what point in time do they view as great, like the great America? And if it's any time before 1970, right? Even any time before 1990, right? Before or any time before the LA riots. There's some fucking thugs outside my fucking house, dude. Some fucking white hillbilly thugs fucking yelling and fucking hooting, goddamn fucking hollering. So yeah, it gets to a point where people just aren't going to fucking be able to put food on the table anymore. And then what? Then what will you have? Absolutely fucking nothing, man. Absolutely fucking nothing.
We have seen
So to keep talking about the Trump train, Elon, Mr. Chainsaw X, the soy king himself, the king of soy, Elon Musk is leaving the Trump administration. Listen, he didn't even have an official fucking position in the Trump administration. And he's fucking South African. He's South African. So he's technically a refugee. So technically, he can't even... Oh shit, what the fuck did I do? Oops. So technically, he can't even fucking have a position in government, right? This dude's not a fucking citizen. This dude's from fucking South Africa, dude. Look at this fucking smug piece of shit. Oh my god, dude. Like, when did fucking t-shirts with blazers become cool, dude? That shit sucks, dude. This shit looks like fucking dog shit, dude. Has no fucking aura, no drip, nothing, dude. He just has a big ass fat fucking nose, smug ass fucking smile, and a shitty ass fucking SpaceX t-shirts from his rockets that fucking blow up every time he sends them into the fucking orbit, dude. Come the fuck on. Oh, look at his little human shield. Look at his little human shield.
Legislative agenda in a
human shield he got with him.
In their partnership. Musk said
1 hour mark. First stream in. 1 hour mark. Let's go.
And what the president calls his big beautiful bill. The legislation includes a mix of tax cuts and enhanced immigration enforcement. Republicans recently pushed the legislation through the House and are debating it in the Senate.
The ayes have it. The motion's agreed to. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act is ordered.
While speaking to CBS, Musk described it as a massive spending bill that increases the federal deficit and undermines the work of his Department
Oh god, dude, he's so fucking ugly.
of Government Efficiency, known as DOGE. Musk's comments come as he steps back from his government.
Oh no, they played the chainsaw clip. No. Oh my god.
Work, rededicating himself to his companies Tesla and SpaceX. He also said last week that he planned to do a lot less political spending.
I think it's because he realized there was a ghost. There was a ghost at my door. Do you see that ghost back there? This chat. What up, bro? I'm streaming. Okay, dude. Like, I can't believe they showed. Can we run the chainsaw clip back? Why do South African refugees come to America and not Europe? That's a good fucking question, because Europe doesn't even want them, dude. I feel like South African refugees look like the average fucking Indiana resident, dude. Like, if you go into any Walmart in Indiana, like, you will see someone that looks exactly like a South African refugee, and I mean that in the most derogatory way fucking possible. The fucking string, the spaghetti strap, tank tops. Convinced he's gonna replace his son with a robot. I'm convinced his son is a robot, dude. And I'm convinced that he's gonna fucking put microchips in all the 14 other kids he has. But yeah, I do think that the South African refugees like look like Indiana residents. Like, they look like they fucking grew up in Portage, Indiana, and they fucking South African refugees. Like, the spaghetti strap tank tops, the fucking thong flip flops and shit, and their shitty ass sunburns, and their fucking like Echo clothes that they wear. Hold on. See images. Like, look at these people, dude. Can we like hold on, let me zoom this in. Like, look at these fucking people. Like, this guy, you telling me you walking into, like, any diner in Indiana, you telling me not seeing this guy? Right? Like, do you see people in Europe dress their kids in fucking pajamas to come to a fucking event like this, dude? No, you see that in fucking America. Of course they're coming to America, dude. And listen, I hate to shit on the indie animals, but, dude, like, look at these fucking people, dude. Like, look at these fucking people. Like, they don't have enough aura for Europe. Europe wants nothing to fucking do with these people, dude. So, of course they're gonna go. Like, these are Trump voters, dude. These are Trump voters 100%. Like, this is, like, this probably, like, the average like Valparaiso couple where like she probably used to be like alternative and like a little bit liberal, and he's like right wing, but he's like blue collar and works at Steelman and has a lot of money, so she got with him anyways, and now she's like unhappy with her marriage. Like that's what this is, right? But they're South African, they're not from Indiana, surprisingly. And look at this fucking guy back here. Like this guy, he probably, you know, went to Purdue for like an engineering degree and now like does like shitty civil engineering of like roundabouts in cities that don't even have enough of a population to need one, right? That's probably what he does. This guy back here, HVAC business owner, 100% a fucking HVAC business owner. Polish ex-Indiana. Yeah, I think most of Indiana residents are like Polish people who forgot their cultural roots because of Chicago's immense Polish population. So I think they just have like migrated out here eventually. That's probably what Indianans are. Indianimals are. Let me go back to us. Go back to Musk. So, Elon Musk is leaving his government role as top advisor to President Donald Trump after spearheading efforts to reduce and overhaul the federal bureaucracy. Well, it's a bit fucking late, because guess what? Now he has the spending information of most Americans in the United States, right? Not that the U.S. government didn't have that to begin with, right? But now he specifically has it. And he's pretty fucking open about it. But, his departure announced Wednesday evening marks the end of a turbulent chapter that includes thousands of layoffs, the evisceration of government agencies, and ruins of litigation. Despite the upheaval, the billionaire entrepreneur struggled in the unfamiliar environment of Washington, and he accomplished far less than he hoped. Because he's a fucking idiot, dude. He noticed, I think he noticed that the rest of the fucking billionaire blood boys, those fucking billionaire blood-sucking vampires, just fucking operate in the shadows and don't, like, show their face in fucking public like he does. Like, he's such a fucking arrogant, smug asshole that he can't fucking even stand to just sit in the background and collect a fucking paycheck as the fucking Trump administration, as he pumps money to the Trump administration, do what he wants as he moves in silence. Listen, the reason why they're having this split up is because of the fucking public's visceral reaction to this guy being so closely intertwined with him, with the Trump administration. Like, even Trump's base doesn't look like this guy. He's so fucking unlikable, right? Yeah, God. But, like, I feel like they would see, Musk would have gotten bullied by most of Trump's voter base, you know? Musk's role working for Trump was always intended to be temporary, and he had recently signaled that he would be shifting his attention back to running his businesses, such as the electric automaker Tesla and rocket company SpaceX, which, watch for Tesla going fucking bankrupt soon. Watch for it. People don't like him. He killed his own stock by putting his face everywhere. His fucking ugly fucking mug everywhere. But administration officials were often vague about when Musk would step back from his position, spearheading the Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE. Listen, why the fuck do people, forget that DOGE is named after a yellow dog, dude? It's named after a fucking yellow dog. Does that not, go through the minds of anyone anymore? It was based off of a meme, and then became a meme coin, and now it's a fucking government agency, dude. As my scheduled time as special government employee comes to an end, I would like to thank President Real Donald Trump for the opportunity to reduce wasteful spending. The DOGE mission will only strengthen over time as it becomes a way of life throughout the government. A White House official requested anonymity to talk about the charge confirmed Musk's departure. Musk announced his decision one day after CBS released part of an interview in which he criticized the centerpiece of Trump's legislative agenda, saying he was disappointed by what the president calls the big, beautiful bill. So, what the fuck is the big, beautiful bill? Well, here it is. House Republicans are getting closer to President Donald Trump's tax breaks. So, tax breaks. Woo, right? People fucking hate taxes in America for some fucking reason. Even though, ask any person who hates taxes how a road is getting built. Ask anyone. Ask anyone. How is that road getting built? Right. Just something to think about. Spending cuts and beefed up border security as Speaker Mike Johnson attempts to pass the package over unified Democratic opposition by Memorial Day. House committees have labored for months on the legislation which exceeds 1,000 pages and is titled the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, a nod to Trump himself. So, what is in it? So, tax cuts for businesses and individuals. To partially offset the loss of revenue, Republicans propose repealing or phasing out more quickly than the clean energy tax credits passed during Joe Biden's presidency, helping to bring down the overall cost of tax portion to $3.8 trillion. The bill includes a temporary boost in standard deduction, $1,000 increase for individuals, bringing up to $16,000 for individual filers, and a $2,000 boost for joint filers, bringing it to $32,000. The deduction reduces the amount of income that is annually subject to income tax. There is a temporary $500 increase in the child tax credit, bringing it to $2,500 for 2025 through 2028. If it then returns to $2,000 and will increase to account for inflation. The estate tax exemption rises to $15 million and is adjusted for inflation going forward. So listen, he's increasing what tax exemptions are. Is increasing the child tax credit by, yeah, but like what the fuck is $500 except $50 in modern day America? They're band-aid solutions to larger societal problems that he can easily fucking fix, but he chooses not to. Why? Because he has corporate donors like Musk. One of the thorniest issues in negotiations has been how to raise the state and local tax deduction, now capped at $10,000. That's been priority of New York lawmakers. A tentative agreement has been reached to increase that SALT cap to $40,000 for incomes up to $500,000, with a cap phasing down for those with higher incomes. Several of the provisions. All right, later, Makluba. Businesses with temporary research and development costs in the year they occur, and the cost of machinery, equipment, and other qualifying assets. This encourages businesses to invest in ways that enhances their productivity. Which means, what? This is encouraging businesses to get rid of jobs. They want more automation, which means less jobs. Listen, when Trump says that he wants manufacturing here in the United States, he does not mean he wants to make fucking jobs for you people. And if he does, he wants them to be laborious jobs, right? He means that he wants an America based on autonomy and automation, which is objectively going to kill the jobs of the labor industry. But additionally, no taxes on gun silencers, a fucking terrible thing, right? Like, what the fuck? And no money for Planned Parenthood, also fucked up. You know, these fucking perverts are so obsessed with like women having kids. Like, why the fuck do you care? Like, what? Like, whether or not a baby is coming out of a woman's pussy, dude? I'm sorry, that has nothing to do with you unless it's your fucking own, and even then, it barely has anything to do with you because all you did was fucking let your load off, and she has to do the rest of the fucking work, dude. Like, so why the fuck do you care so much? You know. And the reason why America hasn't had steady birth decline is because of immigration, and they want to fucking cut immigration too. Like, these fucking guys' base issue is essentially not enough white people are having kids, and so this is their solution. Their solution is we're going to cut immigration, so that means we're going to have less brown people in the country. Oh, there's some lag. Oh, I don't know what I can do about that. Basically their goal is that there's less brown people in the country, which strategically would mean that if they cut Planned Parenthood, that less. Oh yeah, it is lagging. I'm watching it from I'm gonna let it catch up. Did the stream crash? Hello, stream? I think it should be good now. Okay, so basically what their goal is... No crash? Okay, no, it didn't crash. Okay, good. I think it should be... I think the lag should be cooler now. I think I let it catch up. But essentially what their goal is they want to eliminate as much immigration as possible and want more white women to have more children, and which is why they're cutting more Planned Parenthood, because they think that like people are just getting abortions willy-nilly, which like isn't the fucking case at all. And if you're gonna fucking like, I just don't understand like what the rationale behind this is at all either, because like if you want to increase your birth rate, then why don't you like promote being a good person, you know? Like these young men that listen to these like right-wing guys are just bad people. Like they like you wonder why you can't get a partner or anything like this, but you're just a fucking bad person. I'm sorry. There's nothing that can be done for you except be a fucking better person. You know? Like, I don't think a woman is going, and any women in the chat, if you want to correct me on this if I'm wrong, I don't think any women are going to want to fuck with a dude who has terrible morals and thinks that or she should be relegated to being barefoot in the kitchen and only have kids. I don't think any woman would fucking fuck with that. You know? And more power to any women who want to do that, right? Like, that could be your thing. But if it's a guy who's forcing you to do that and feels like it's his right to force you to do that, then obviously they're not going to want to get with you. So, like, the strategy just doesn't seem like it would fucking work. It seems like they just don't care. They just want their cake, and they want to have their cake and eat it too, but you can't. You can't do that. So, let's just continue looking at this chutted ass article. MAGA kids, $1,000 savings account. MAGA, shorthand for Trump's signature line, "Make America Great Again." But in case that means money, accounts for growth and advancement. For parents or guardians who open new MAGA accounts for their children, the federal government will contribute $1,000 for babies born between January 1st, 2024 and December 31st, 2028. Which is cool, but $1,000 is like a month for a child, right? Like that's a month of raising a child in this modern economy, especially if you're living in a city center. It's going to be even more than that. Funding for Trump's mass deportation operation. The legislation provided $46.5 billion to revive construction of Trump's wall along the U.S.-Mexico border and have money for the deportation agenda. There's $4 billion to hire an additional 3,000 new border patrol agents, as well as 5,000 new customs and officers, and $2.1 billion for signing and retention bonuses. There's also funds for 10,000 more immigration customs enforcement officers and investigators. Hey, guess what? They keep hiring these officers for deportation, which they could simply They might be on your end because I don't see any issues on mine. They simply could fund more processes to process individuals. Because at the end of the day, the difference between a legal immigrant and a legal immigrant is a fucking piece of paper. Just give more people the piece of paper, man. It solves your birth rate crisis that you imagine in your head, which isn't real. It solves your labor crisis, which you imagine in your head and isn't real. And it has a lot of simple institutional fixes that the government on both sides doesn't want to fix. They only want to slap either band-aid solutions or make the solution or make the situation worse for the working class, right? But no, these fucking idiots just are white supremacists. So obviously not. More money for the Pentagon and Trump's Golden Dome. Listen, America's getting an Iron Dome, y'all. You know, we're getting an Iron Dome. I don't know what the fuck we need an Iron Dome for, but we're getting one. And it's going to be called the Golden Dome because I think Trump is secretly like a Saudi fucking sultan or something, because like this dude is obsessed with gold and he fucking loves the region, right? So there's also nearly $150 billion in new money for the Defense Department and national security. It would provide $25 billion for Trump's Golden Dome for America, a long-envisioned missile defense shield, $21 billion to restock the nation's ammunition arsenal, $34 billion to expand the naval fleet with more shipbuilding, and some $5 billion for border security. It also includes $9 billion for service members, quality life-related issues, including housing, healthcare, and special pay. More drilling, more mining on public lands, more environmental destruction. These people don't give a fuck about anything. And it's like, God, I love being a pessimist because like I'm never surprised by any of this bullshit, right? Like there's probably some optimists out there that are like, damn, like life really sucks every day. But guess what? Life can't suck for me because I expected this. Now, I didn't want this, but I expected it, you know? So, God, what a fucking world we live in, right? Fuck, do I... I think I'm gonna close out the stream here. I think I'm gonna take some clips of what I got. Alhamdulillah, thank you guys for watching so far. Inshallah, the next one will be longer, more in depth, more streamy. This is like a nice test stream, and hopefully I can secure a consistent time and day schedule to be streaming on, and then we'll be up from there. So I hope that you guys either see these clips on YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, and make your way back here to participate in the chat, guys. So I think what I'm gonna call it is Young Atomic at Night. Young Atomic at Night will be Monday through Thursday probably, and then Saturday through Sunday will probably be Young Atomic in the morning. I turned 20 this weekend, so probably we'll see you guys Monday night again. Hopefully I'll see the stream Monday night again. But I can't wait to see you guys again on Monday at 9:30. Young Atomic out.